Even though I've been following Apple's mobile phone journey from the beginning, yes, I was there when it all began, I've never been one to keep track of speculations about new iPhone models. Why bother with today's rumors when we'll all find out what's coming in September when the next iPhone is announced? But that's the problem, isn't it? September is coming up quickly, which means it's time for folks to start thinking about their autumn finances and if their iPhone can last another year or perhaps just the summer. So maybe now is a good moment to look at what we could see in the next generation of Apple's most essential products. I'm interested in the iPhone 17 Pro Max because it's the biggest iPhone model every year, and because Apple often uses it to show off new capabilities that don't come to the regular size iPhone Pro until later. For example, the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max both include a 5x telephoto camera. This camera initially emerged on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and many photographers I know had to pick between a greater zoom or a camera that was simpler to carry. I'm really intrigued in what I've seen thus far. I'm looking forward to September for more than just the colder weather and hot drinks. Here are some of the speculated features of the iPhone 17 Pro Max that I'm most interested in. The iPhone Pro Max variants are tanks compared to the rest of the range. Well, they're not on the hardness level of the Samsung Galaxy X Cover 7 Pro, so maybe they're more like robust mid-size subs. But they're famous for their larger displays, bigger bodies, and notably for having capacity for more of everything in an iPhone. And that includes a bigger battery. The Max variants already have greater battery capacity than regular models, but the iPhone 17 Pro Max might wind up being over half a millimeter thicker, at 8.725 millimeters. Has anybody ever begged for a bigger, bulkier iPhone? Actually, yeah, yes, and yes. Add the new adaptive power feature in iOS 26, which utilizes AI to distribute power more effectively when demand is high, and we might see a jump in daily usage before reaching for a charger. Then again, adaptive power might be a software solution that could offer greater life with the same physical battery size. If you're already committed to carrying a bigger iPhone, a bit additional thickness and bulk isn't too much more to bear. There are also reports that the iPhone range will contain a new sky blue hue, about which I have thoughts. We can't speak about the case without addressing the camera hump, which might become a more bigger camera island, or maybe on the larger iPhone 17 Pro Max, it would be more like a camera continent that runs over the width of the iPhone back, according to CAD renderings by Majin Buu. That expanse may include an improved 48 megapixel telephoto camera, which is overdue for a top-tier camera system. Granted, it will probably need additional steps to capture shots in the full 48 megapixel quality, as is the case with the present primary fusion camera in the iPhone 16 Pro models, where images are pixel binned with multiple pixels clustered together to boost light collecting potential. But considering the amazing results we've seen from the 48 megapixel camera in the existing models, the iPhone 16e depends heavily on that resolution. Utilizing its lone rear-facing camera, expanding it to the telephoto camera would undoubtedly be a win for photographers. Speaking of quality, a 24 megapixel front-facing camera is rumored, up from 12 megapixels, so hopefully my selfies will appear better. More likely, it's to increase the next reported feature. Cameras on both sides will apparently function together with dual video recording using the built-in camera app, a godsend for conducting interviews or filming response films if you want to see both sides of a debate. Third-party applications have been able to tap into this feature for some time, but haven't been offered as a default choice. Not as vital for daily usage, but noteworthy in terms of advancing the state of the art, the iPhone 17 Pro Max might feature 8K video recording, as hypothesized by McRumors following rumors that 8K was tested for the iPhone 16 Pro. The iPhone is fast becoming into a production video camera, from features such as 28 years later to specialized cameras made using iPhone hardware in the F1 videos. This is more geeky and less evident to ordinary phone users, but that's also sort of the goal. The iPhone 16e arrived with Apple's C1 cellular modem, Apple's first homebrew cellular hardware it has been striving to manufacture in order to wean its dependency on Qualcomm, which has supplied the modem hardware in prior iPhone models. However, the C1 lacks a speedier millimeter wave cellular network and does not support Wi-Fi 7, even though it's more cautious about battery use, and still performs well, an acceptable sacrifice for the cheapest phone in Apple's portfolio. But with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we're talking about the next professional versions, and an iPhone Pro in 2025 can't launch without the newest, fastest wireless technology. It would be more plausible to see Apple stay with Qualcomm for the Pro line than add the C1, but I think a C2 is coming. According to McRumors, the Wi-Fi 7 compatibility might be given via a separate specialized chip built by Apple. These aren't the only iPhone 17 Pro rumors we're watching, but right now they're the ones that have me glancing at my calendar and hoping September could come just a little quicker. Next, Apple planning to change iPhone 17 Pro's logo placement. Apple may move the Apple logo on the back of the iPhone 17 Pro for the first time in 6 years, according to a fresh leak that points to the revamped top camera system possibly needing the visual adjustment. The accusation arises from the leaker known as Boo, who shared a picture and explanation of the purported modification on social media and their personal blog. According to Boo, the Apple logo will migrate to be considerably lower on the iPhone 17 Pro, closer to the bottom center of the device's back. The move is supposedly necessary by the new full-width camera bar that is slated to cover the whole width of the rear of the device. The camera design is as a substantial shift from the present module arrangement, with both the flash and LiDAR scanner relocating to the right side of the device. This is the first story to connect the predicted top camera upgrade with the relocation of the Apple logo, although the adjustment might make sense. The iPhone 17 Pro is rumored to switch to a new aluminum frame that surrounds virtually the whole back, with a notch for a glass snorkel below the full-width metal camera bump to facilitate wireless charging. As a consequence, it may make sense for the Apple logo to be centered inside the glass cutout. However, relocating the Apple logo might create some level of confusion among customers or need modifications to the way MagSafe-compatible devices are manufactured. This is because since its launch with the iPhone 12, the Apple logo has indicated where consumers should line MagSafe accessories, with the magnets implanted under the center of the rear panel surrounding the logo. Boo noted that a business who develops accessories for Apple iPhones has began changing their case manufacturing based on this new logo location. In one picture released on his website, Boo depicts a transparent cover with a breach in the circular MagSafe ring to display the relocated Apple logo. This shows that Apple may not be modifying the internal positioning of the MagSafe magnet array, which would otherwise need substantial revisions to a wide variety of peripherals. Accessory makers are thought to be observing the situation carefully. Leaker Sonny Dixon has recently validated the report with digital blueprints, revealing that iPhone 17 accessories would migrate to a new design featuring a breach in the circular MagSafe ring to show the relocated Apple logo. Apple has made noteworthy adjustments to the location and appearance of the back logo in the past. From the first iPhone until the iPhone X, the logo was positioned higher up on the rear, and a little iPhone inscription emerged at the bottom. With the iPhone 11 series, Apple erased the iPhone wordmark altogether and placed the Apple logo on the back for visual balance with the new square camera bump. This layout has stayed unchanged throughout all following versions, including the iPhone 16 Pro. Apple could be giving the basic iPhone 17 a big update. According to a recent rumor from Source Digital Chat Station, the regular model might include a 6.3-inch display the same size as the current iPhone 16 Pro. Shared on Weibo, the leak also hints to a smoother display, indicating Apple's entry-level flagship may not feel so entry-level anymore. Looks like Apple's finally reducing the gap between its regular and Pro models. Leaks regarding the iPhone 17 are mounting up, and the main talking point: a substantial display update. Tip-offs imply the basic iPhone 17 might sport a 6.3-inch screen, matching the current iPhone 16 Pro in size. That's a big rise, and implies Apple could be done holding back on its non-Pro range. Backing this assertion is a now-pulled Amazon India listing for Spagen's fit-tempered glass. It briefly displayed compatibility for the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 16 Pro, all pointing to a consistent 6.3-inch display across the board. But it's not just about size anymore. The ordinary iPhone 17 is also believed to finally switch to a 120Hz LTPO OLED display, eliminating the obsolete 60Hz screen present on current non-Pro iPhones. If this plays out, it'll be the first time the basic iPhone receives a screen refresh rate that matches the Pro versions, making it a far more enticing purchase for daily consumers. A smoother, more premium screen experience could finally be coming to the regular iPhone. The iPhone 17 is believed to receive a 120Hz refresh rate, a long overdue improvement that would make daily usage seem snappier from scrolling to animations. But as usual with Apple, there's a trade-off. While the refresh rate may go higher, premium features like always-on display and Apple's adaptive refresh tech, which scales from 1Hz to 120Hz, are still believed to remain limited to the Pro versions. Apple appears to be treading a tight line, providing the basic range of performance increase without obscuring the Pro versus non-Pro difference. There's more. The iPhone 17, along with the anticipated iPhone 17 Air, might possibly use Samsung's latest M14 OLED displays. These are the same sophisticated screens now utilized in the iPhone 16 Pro series, and they deliver higher brightness, efficiency, and longevity. That's wonderful news for people who cling on to their phones for years. Put it all together, and the iPhone 17 is shaping up to be one of the largest overhauls to the regular model in a while. With Pro-level screen size, a much-needed refresh rate jump, and a future-ready OLED display, it could just strike the sweet spot for people who want more than the fundamentals, but aren't ready to go all Pro. We're still a few months off from Apple's customary September launch window, but if these rumors hold, 2025 might finally be the year the standard iPhone quits seeming like a compromise. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.